before, which are the people who you probably already know from the Halo universe, who are the basic alien race that always come to kill us. And they've encountered them a few times, but they've like not really had a big problem. And then you're a new member of Noble Team who has been sent on Reach called Noble 6. A lovely original name. You couldn't have Lara Croft or... I mean, the names in Halo, I admit, are pretty... Really, they must have like thought of that off the top of their head. Like Master Chief. It's like... Master... Just taking the word... It's like Metallica and Red Indians mated. Master of puppets are pulling your strings, and then bloody Big Chief. It just, I just don't see why they did that, personally, but oh well, that's their choice. And Noble 6 is like, what the fuck, why couldn't you name him? But I guess they couldn't program the audio to be like, hey, 6 or something. They couldn't change it, hey, Resi fan or something, you know? So, that's understandable, but annoying. So you're Noble 6. And basically, the unique thing is because you get credits in the multiplayer or just playing Firefight or Camper, basically you get credits from doing anything. You could spend that on armor abilities, so you could change the colour of the armor, the way it looks, the different helmets, different stuff. But apart from that, it doesn't really do much. Whereas Black Ops took the COD points idea, the credits idea, the COD points, but you can buy weapons, attachments, camo, you can engrave stuff on them, so there's a lot more to it, which I do admit Call of Duty is, but that is very good for. If they did this on Halo, that'd be good, but Halo's not really known for its choosing loadouts and stuff. It's more for the modes and the single player and the multiplayer and action. And the balanced. Balanced, that's the one word you need to learn, Call of Duty. Balanced. I can't play a single Call of Duty game without having one weapon that's overpowered as shit, or a shit ton of campers. I can't win. Black Ops has a shit ton of campers. World at War has an overpowered MP40. I can't win. Modern Warfare 2 has been pretty much both worlds. So, yeah, that's why I probably fucking hate that shit. But, anyway, what am I getting on to? The campaign is set on Reach, as I'm saying. You're a Noble 6, and you are basically start with flying into... You're escorted to this place, and the rest of the Noble team's waiting there. Now, Noble 6, before you, was killed in battle. And now you're the new recruit, basically. You meet all the team. You've got George, who's the heavy weapons guy. Basically, he's the heavy weapons guy for Team Fortress. I basically actually noticed that you could actually take all of the Noble team and relate them to the classes from Team Fortress 2. So you've got George, heavy weapons guy, because he carries a big gun. Carter is probably the soldier, who's the main leader of the group. Kat is the engineer, because she's like into computers and the hacking and all of that, so that's pretty good. She knows what she's doing. Emil is the big tough son of a bitch with a knife, who's pretty much, in my opinion, the demo man, because he blows shit up. June is the sniper, and Noble 6, really I don't know about Noble 6, because you can play different ways. You can be stealthy, you can do what you want, really. I'll get into the abilities later and how much Crisis 2 rips them the fuck off. I'm looking at you, Tom. But, fuck it. Yeah, so you start with that, you meet up, and you hear that you need to go sort something out because there's been problems in a certain place. So you, Carter, and George, I think it is, get onto one plane. I don't know what the planes are called, but one of the military planes. Whereas Kat, Emil, and June are on the other one. Basically, you go to this area, and it's like really quiet and mysterious at first, and you're like, ooh. Tension building, and then you realise there's been a load of farmers. They're all hustled up into a... I'm going to try and keep this short. I don't want to spoil it too much. They hustle up into a small little place, and there's like, oh, we're scared. Something killed my son in the forest. And then eventually you realise the Covenant. They're back, and they're kicking ass. And basically, from this point on, everything goes to shit. Cities are blown up, people are dying, and... Pretty much all of it. I'm not going to give any... Oh, fuck it, there's going to be spoilers. Everyone probably played it already. Every single one of the members of Noble Team dies. And the main reason they're called Noble Team is because they die noble deaths. Simple. I do like the word noble, though, so I'm not that pissed off with it. I do think that's very, very... the deaths are pretty good, actually. The only one that really pissed me off was June's, because he doesn't fucking die. He goes with Dr. Hainsley, who I showed the journal earlier. And he's like, yeah, it's like, Carter's like, right, June, take care of her. He's like, okay, thank you for being with me, sir. You don't see him again. So all we can assume is he does die. But in fact, if now it does say the Covenant glassed Reach. So if he was on the planet with her, yeah, game over. But June, personally, June could come back in Halo 4. He could still be there, you know? There's no real, you know, it's possible. He could be put in cryosleep. He could have been escorted to a ship, you know? It's like... But George gets killed first. He sacrifices himself. He blows up a ship, a Covenant ship, because he thinks it's the last one. So he does that to kill him. But then, really, it's gone for a sad cause because it's really ironic. He dies, the ship blows up, and then just as Noble Six is being, because George pushed Noble Six out of the plane, you're falling back to the planet slowly because of the gravity pulling you down. And it's really sad because the ship blows up, and just as it blows up, literally 5 seconds later, about 20 more of these fucking ships at least come through the, like a, what's the word, hyperspace or whatever, and you're like, oh, George, I'm so sorry, mate. The next one to go is Kat, which is a few missions later. She gets sniped in the head. Probably the stupidest and, like, oh, really, kind of kill. Funny fact, actually, Kat, the voice actor who does it, also does Zoe for Left 4 Dead. And also she does Cortana. So she had 2 roles in this game because Cortana's right near the end of the right near the end of the game. You pick her up from Dr. Hainsley. I think it's like the 3rd to last mission. No, the 2nd to last mission. You pick her up, and you can hear her talking because she, like Master Chief, puts her in hit. It's like she's basically a disc that can talk. Master Chief puts her in the back of his head because there's a slot. Noble Six is chosen, but he has in like an orb thing on her there, so they hadn't made the disc yet. But by Halo 1, which is like literally leads on straight after Halo Reach. I mean, I'm glad I played Reach before 1 because that really sunk in perfectly. It's like, boom, really well done ending. I mean, literally, it's like the worst thing would be that Reach doesn't get blown up, the Covenant die, and all of them are smoking pot like Jamaicans. Right at the end, they're like, oh no man, the Covenant didn't get us this time. And me was like, yeah man, they didn't get us. That would have been pretty funny. But for the most part, it leads really well. So yeah, as I was saying, Kat dies. Then the next one to go is June, who just leaves. The shittest one. Then Carter goes. He's been shot at a bit in a plane, and you jump off and you think he's dead there. He flies into one of the Scarabs, which are the giant, like, scorpion machines. And he's like, look, there's no way we're going to... It's like, you and Emil are like, man, we can't get... Look, sir, we can't get past this. There's no way we're going to be able to get to the... She's like, look, I'm sorry. Good luck. And the others are like, God's rest in peace, sir. And then he just flies into the thing. It is a shame. And they are really sad deaths for the most part, except for June. Piece of shit. No, I like June. June's a good guy. He's bold though, so what the fuck. And then Emil dies. He's actually one of the more noble ones. He basically is like shotgunning a few of the elites because he's trying to get the cannon to stop these ships from taking out the last ship where Keyes is on. And he gets stabbed in the back. He shotguns one of the elites. And then no one comes up behind him. He grabs him by the neck and gets his sword out and just shoves the energy sword and shoves it through his back. He's like, where are you? He's like, I'm not dead, how about you? And he like flings himself with it, the elite, off the edge. They both fall to their death. So he kills an elite, but he also dies. And then you're the last noble left. You run up there, you get the cannon, you sort that out, you kill the, you kill all the ships, and then basically you're left there to die. And they're like, come on, you can get out of here. It's like, no. I've got to go protect things. They're going to get to you. It's like, rest in peace, Spartan. And basically, you are there in the last level, like a firefight thing. Basically, lasting as long as you can without dying. It's inevitable you are going to die, because the enemies get tougher and tougher the longer you play. And the more of them arrive. And basically, you're the last Spartan on the planet. And when you die, it is a very sad death, because you're like getting attacked by 5 elites. They're all jabbing you and punching you, and you're like kicking them off and stuff, and you just ouch. But yeah, but you know, you can't beat them. It's really sad. I didn't cry in any of these, but they were emotional. I was like, oh, you know, I did feel really slightly depressed on them. But then there's a bright side of it, because by the end of Halo 3, you kick the shit out of the Covenant. But Halo 4, I don't know what the fuck they're going to do. But I knew